here with former Giants offensive lineman Shaun O'Hara. And Shaun, you used to rub this ring in my face all the time.
No, never.
'07 Patriots, obviously. '07 Giants. Can you show the ring? Show it to.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
She's a beauty, ain't she, Clark?
What do you remember most from that game? Just obviously the 18-0 Patriots. What gave you guys the confidence that you were going to win that game?
Well, we had played them in Week 17, and we pretty much went toe-to-toe with them. I think in that game we realized that we were a pretty physical team. I'll never forget the first drive of that game. We marched right down the field, and Brandon Jacobs basically ran right through Teddy Bruschi on the goal line. And I remember talking trash to Rodney Harrison and, just saying, hey, look, man, we can hang with you. And I think that gave us the confidence. And then obviously, the build-up, leading up to it, beating Dallas on the road, beating Green Bay in Green Bay. They were the two hottest teams in the NFL that year, second only to New England. So that gave us some confidence. I really think, though, the game, what gave us confidence was how well our defense played. We didn't give up any big plays, really. We didn't beat ourselves. I think that's probably what we prided ourselves on the most. We had the road warrior mentality that year. We won 11 games on the road, and we did it by not beating ourselves. Mentally, we were sharp. We were a very close team, and I thought that chemistry really helped us out. But the fact that our defense was able to hold them, I think we went into halftime, it was 7-3, and this was the number one scoring offense. I mean, they had put 35 points on us in Week 17. So to go into halftime and knowing our defense held them 7 points, I think offensively we felt pretty good about where we were.
All right, I got to talk to you about offensive line playing out with the Patriots. Obviously, a big part of their team right now. Do you have a relationship at all with Dante Scarnecchia? And if you don't, what have you just noticed from him afar?
Yeah, I know Dante a little bit, just from playing against each other, and just kind of on the field, seeing each other. I don't know him personally, but I feel like I kind of know him just through some guys that I've been friends with, Matt Light and Dan Copen, some guys that have played for him. So they're a fun offensive line to watch. I really enjoy watching them this year. They're probably one of the best run-blocking O-lines in the league. Probably don't get enough credit for how good the guards are. Shaq Mason's probably one of the best run-blocking guards in the NFL. And I think Joe Thuney, the left guard, he's been phenomenal this year. He's a young player and played a lot last year as a young player, kind of learned a little bit, but this year he's phenomenal. He hasn't given up a sack all season. I think Shaq Mason hasn't given up a sack since Week 1. So that's remarkable when you think about how often they throw the ball too. But they've been a fun group to watch. They're so fundamentally sound, both with their technique and mentally. They're not surprised by blitzes. They're not surprised by any different fronts. You don't really see them beating themselves. There's no mental errors. So I enjoy breaking down their film. I love every week they kind of throw a new wrinkle in. They love the wham play. They love power, gap scheme football. It's kind of old school and smash mouth, and I love it.
This year they've been running a little bit more zone stuff too, which I don't think they've done as much in the past. Is it difficult when you're a power run team to then adapt to running a little bit more zone?
Well, no, I think it's, they've done such a great job with it all year long. I think it's good because it kind of gives the defensive line something else to think about. If you're always running gap scheme, power football downhill, they're just anchoring in, and it kind of gets hard to move them sometimes. So when you can mix it in with some zone plays, it helps getting them on the run, and it helps you create movement. Yeah. So that's big, and I think really the big factor with the run game has been Sony Michel. I think he's very underrated with his vision and with his explosion. He's been really good. When I watched film on him in Georgia, he averaged over 7 yards a carry, but a lot of his big runs were in the A-gaps, and it was out of shotgun, and he just got vertical. So he doesn't dance around a lot. You don't see very many negative runs. I don't think they had one negative run against the Chiefs in the entire game. So that helps out a lot.
All right, Aaron Donald. If you're blocking Aaron Donald, what are you doing? Praying?
I'm cutting him. I'm going to cut him on the first play and just tell him, watch your knees, man. This is all game long. I'm going to cut you every chance I get. And just hopefully that slows him down. But I know I've played against guys like Aaron Donald. I played against John Randall. He's kind of the same guy. Every time you break the huddle, you're kind of nudging your center, saying, hey, give me a peek, slide my way, help me out here because I got my hands full. They'll have some plans for him. I'm sure they'll probably slide Andrews whatever way he is and give the guard some help. But they're also going to try to wham him. You run on some screens and some draws early on to get him to slow him down.